Braga here, and welcome to Pixels Refreshed. Today, we're going to be looking to Metroid Fusion, one of my favorite games from my early 20s and, well, I guess late teens, early 20s. I probably beat it like 30 or 40 times. I'm the lead artist at Massive Damage Games. I've been working in the game industry for the last 10 years, and I've been working in pixel art for the last 5 on a bunch of games. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into Metroid Fusion. Okay. So right off, you got that title screen. I'm going to load this save file just because it skips all the long intro cutscenes, which are super long, even though the ship animations are quite nice. First off, so we have this kind of like pseudo 3D backdrop here, which is nice, and it takes quite a bit more tiles to do something like this than it would to do like just a tile-based room. It's kind of hard, but you can at least mirror it. So you save the tile work because you can do this and then flip it to the other half right over here. And then you just kind of repeat it throughout this area. The run cycle is actually pretty good. It's a big step up because the arms move forward and stuff as Samus runs. And the way that the rotation is and the forward momentum, the slight lean forward, is a big step up from the stiffness that you see in Super Metroid. Now, I've done a couple of Metroid run cycles before. Samus ones just for fun, personally. So I did this one here, just based off the Metroid Dread design. Maybe a little bit too much head bob. I think I fixed that in the final version. But anyways, I have that run cycle there, and then I did another one for just for fun. So I did a full Samus attack set, and that you can find it on my Twitter if you scroll down far enough. Did a blast, and I do a run cycle here for that as well. Anyways, I don't know whether you prefer those versus the Nintendo originals or vice versa. Accepted either way. I had fun making them. We have a slight outlined aesthetic on Samus herself, which is nice. And they do the same thing they do on Zero Mission, and they have this red outline everywhere in the game on anything interactable. And what that does is it just communicates very clearly what is ground and what is not. So cool, you have a slightly scrolling background, parallax background there. This is kind of an annoying aspect of Fusion. They have all of these navigation rooms, and you don't get free exploration until significantly later in the game. It's very curated. I think it's only really like the last third of the game where you have any choice about where you go at all. So this area is all destroyed. Got an interesting tile set. A lot of like things trying to simulate 3D, and like the effects there clearly aren't using pixel art outright. I'm curious whether they're just like particle emissions or whether they're using some like rudimentary 3D effects for distortion on layers. You also have this cool flashlight effect, which is probably using two different like of the background layers the Game Boy Advance could do, and using one to reveal the other. So that's clearly a 3D render in the corner. It probably wouldn't have looked like that on the Game Boy Advance screen. So some of these things don't hold out as well when you're actually looking at them really blown up when everything is pixel art and then you have one element that's out of place. I typically avoid that. I like my games to exist in the same world space. So if it's 3D, everything's 3D, or if it's pixel art, the vast majority of things are pixel art. And I've never been a huge fan of those scaled pixels. Well, that's my personal preference. Okay. There we go. Shooting animation, I don't even, it has a single frame of kickback. So it's trying not to interfere with response, because obviously if you if you have it kick back and you take too many frames, then that changes how quickly you can interact with Samus later. So there's certain things like that they do. Cool little rotating, so they rotate that particle they emit behind and in front of Samus. And they have parallax movement on the backgrounds here. We're gonna go up here, navigation. Let's see, should let me go through here, I think. Yeah. I actually think seeing this again. I think that the sprite work is a little bit better than Zero Mission. Just a little bit. They're very close to each other. But I think that the bosses and whatnot in this are slightly better. Cool, like, growing and shrinking animation. Looks like it's 4 or 5 frames, and then it's reversed. So this is the example of the cutscene visuals. So they're clearly taken from, I think, drawn images that are kind of scanned down to be played on the Game Boy Advance. So they just take them and then they would reduce the amount of colors in the image and then they put it on screen. So it's not pure pixel art in a way. Okay, so we got navigation. Okay. It's kind of interesting. Oh, in this one, they gave you all of your power-ups as like data downloads versus that. These stations are pretty cool. They're not as cool as like the save points in in Zero Mission, but these like little animated things, the little side squares that come in and out as they load data, and then just all of these little lights and stuff, they're pretty cool. So now power is out. Okay. Objective's clear. Let's give this a go. There we go. So now we have missiles. What's the button for missiles on this? There we go. This is the first time I'm playing this big. Almost always when I play this, I play it on Game Boy Advance, so kind of interesting. I'm wondering how they do this effect, because it looks like a full texture. It doesn't look like that glow. Sorry, I'm talking about the glow. It doesn't look like pixel art, so it looks like a set texture. I don't have that many missiles yet. Okay. Come on, go at him already. Nice. There's pretty cool little animations there of it growing up from a puddle. I mean, that's how everything works in this game. They have essentially all of these things. The X-Parasites can turn into any of the things that you're fighting. It's an interesting little animation. If you wait too long, it should go back into them. And then they make this little, looks like probably about a 10-frame animation. I wonder if that was the budget for each of them. It was about 10 frames for becoming whatever they are. It's just broken. Yeah. Save just in case this freezes on me. I think the save points in Zero Mission are cooler than these, and in Super Metroid as well, actually. The background there is pretty nice, though. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, they give you the wall grip already, which is kind of interesting. And like all Metroids, you have the wall jump if you're capable of doing it. I think they made it significantly easier in this than it was in Super Metroid, so you can just hold the other direction while you're leaning against the wall. That sprite's pretty nice. Fire effects, kind of interesting, just a few frames. I like the hit animation and the scream animation for this guy. It's not that many frames, but it looks nice. Oh, I need these missiles. Because you can only hurt this with missiles, I forgot. One more. There we go. So the same kind of goopy blob, malformation. This big door sprite back here is pretty cool. If I ever make a game like this, I'm going to reference these games like crazy. The parallax, just that one layer of parallax is nice. I think that if they had 2 or 3 layers, they could have done something really special. I wonder what the limitations were on Game Boy Advance. I'm sure Modern Vintage Gamer would know. Okay. Oh, dead scientist. Okay, now we need to go back to the whole... yeah, we need to go back to the navigation room for it to tell us where to go next. They often just lock the doors until you're done, so there's no way you can do anything else until after you've done that. I think there was a red door somewhere, though. Navigation will lead us by wherever. Okay, where are we going now? Okay, so now we get to go down to the elevators. Yep. Okay. I think there was a red room right here. Is there? Maybe get a power up. Don't have the ball yet. No. No, nothing there. Now I can go through these. So this is the Sub-Zero room. Nice little snow particle. It's just an emitted particle, but they did a nice, probably like a 5 or 6 frame animation on it. This is not the right path. Let me think for a second. I need to go up, apparently. It doesn't look like there's a path up here. That's the problem. Oh yeah, I do have the ball. Okay. Yeah, a little space parallax in the background, and then they have light. So there's like a lot of like overlay effects and stuff that they're doing to try to create the illusion of light. It's pretty sweet. Like just a fading smoke particle. That's great. I love the Samus sprite they have here. I think it's a pretty big step up from the Super Metroid sprite. It doesn't look as stiff. This area is pretty cool. The abstract like square and rectangle shapes on the side do a pretty good job just fading your area into black. Same with this area here where you have these kind of nice tiles all over the place. They do a pretty good job building these scenes with these tiles. Yeah, I like that. If I remember correctly, I think this is shutting down the air conditioning systems. You gotta hit all of those big square rooms. Alright. Alright. Need to clear all 5 of them. Let's get going. So yeah, it's the same save room throughout the entire game. Definitely think the Zero Mission save room is cooler. It's kind of stupid that they do the save room and the recharge room because they almost always put them side by side and they might as well have just made one. It's just, that's way too big to scale a sprite. See, that kind of effect I'm not a huge fan of. You see that a lot in, I think with the Shadow boss in Secret of Mana. There's a couple of bosses that they do that. This is kind of like an interesting, it's like a, I think it's just a one static image that's being distorted. I think that's what it is. It's just they're literally deforming the pixels in a wave pattern to make it look animated, even though it's not actually animated. That fog effect. Yeah, these sprites are cool. I'm not the biggest fan of the super low res, the non-pixel art background. I think it would have looked better in pixel art personally. That's my preference, but I understand that at the time it would have given the depth of field effect on Game Boy Advance. I would rather have it in pixel art with like post-processing depth of field for like a modern pixel art kind of game, but that obviously was not possible on Game Boy Advance. This is the closest they can simulate, but because the screen was so low res, it forced everything into low resolution. Whereas now we have games where the screen is high res and it's integer scaling all of these elements like 3 or 4 times, and then the post-processing is operating at the native resolution. So you can do a really nice gradient on your scene. I like that they kind of use this like nested tile set. So they have these tiles they can build out of these shapes, and they're contained within, like, they look like panels with interesting information and tech in them. Okay, we're against missiles. Okay. You need missiles though to. Thank goodness you can duck. Metroid 1 you can't duck. Okay, should be another room right here. Oh, no. Ran it too early. Can't you hold on to this? Come on. There we go. Just getting that. There we go. This is a really nice animation because you see the back of Samus as she moves. So, like, a lot of times, I mean, either for time constraints or other issues, artists feel constrained in their ability to do something like that, and they often just keep the same body posture and do animations with the arms. But really, you would be seeing some of the back of Samus as she's doing that. So by doing the back, it actually makes the animation look much nicer. But it is more work on the artists to do something like that. So I understand why it doesn't happen in a lot of games. Okay. And my grabs are not working great. I can wall jump this. Oh, managed to grab it. Okay. Get over there. Nice. Okay. Making some progress. Oh, come on. I need the charge beam. I think this one makes much more use of the charge beam than you see in... I don't think I have anything else. Makes more use of the charge beam than you see in, like, let's say, Zero Mission. Zero Mission, the charge beam seems kind of useless. Come on. Just enough. Okay. Were there any more stabilizers, or is that it? Which room's this? Oh, missile expansion. Nice. This water effect's kind of cool. Looks like something, it's a tile with like 4 frames of animation that they have on an overlay layer. Like the whole layer is in front of everything else. We missed one? Yeah, we missed one. No. This is not the best speed run. Don't take this as a speed run. Take this as an art analysis. I like the rock materials they have going on here. So they do a pretty good job having like a cool color on the side and then warm colors on the top interactive surfaces to create a really nice sense of what's interactable and not, and also depth and shadow. Okay, I need some of that health bad. Oh, come on. That was a big mistake on my part. Okay. Sorry about that. Thanks. Failed you. Yeah, obviously the big problem now is you don't feel like reacting to the art you've already seen, right? Even though there's lots of little things I missed. Yeah, really not a big fan of those scaled sprites. Hopefully we get to at least one more boss. Okay. I think I made the mistake of going down too early before. There's one atmospheric stabilizer. Come on. That again. Some green, give me some green. Kind of interesting how they flash the background between... Oh no. Oh, are you kidding me? Does this even work? Great. Missed this one last time. Okay. What's in here? I know you can get in. Oh. Okay. Just a missile expansion. Okay. Not ideal. So yeah, they do a pretty good job with these like pipes and stuff in the background and panels, making them look 3D, which can be hard to do with limited resources. Okay, so I don't think we can do anything else here. I guess I didn't go the wrong way last time. Skip all that. The sprites are nice for those enemies, though. Need that one. Oh, missile expansion again. They do a pretty good job with the little spike things on the side of the Samus's arm as she's coming up on the non-gut arm. The feel of motion on that. I'm always tempted to, like, it's hard to do some of that stuff without cheating the art, just from a timeliness perspective. Okay. It's a lot harder to play and record than just play. Well, you're also like self-conscious while you're playing, and so yeah, I really like this rock tile set that they have here. They can use it to create pretty organic looking environments, so they must have made a reasonable variety of tiles. Okay, so another one of these rooms. Oh, I forgot to run under it last time to the next area. That's what happened. Alright, there's just one more left. Missile expansion. They have like a little flashing animation for the missile expansion, which is kind of nice. Okay. I don't know how I missed this path last time. This is what screwed me. Okay. Should lead me to the last room. shoot me. Okay. Oh no. Are you kidding me? Did I have to shoot this thing twice? Oh, come on. It's so annoying. How dare you shoot it once? Alright. What? Oh, come on. The little bubble particle's nice. Are you kidding me? Okay. Hey, little wet footprints. I didn't notice that before. So if you go here, and then afterwards, yeah, you still have little wet footprints. It's like a tiny little particle animation there. That's pretty cool. It's a save spot. Oh. Okay. Sorry for all the time that I wasted there. Oh. That explosion effect's pretty nice that it does. Off of the wall there. I mean, it's pretty typical for Metroid, but it's still a nice one. Okay. This one is a lie. So they're just using kind of like distortion effects there to try to create that kind of... Even this, like, it's rotating and being... You're getting weird pixel distortion in the rotations. What's this? This is charge beam. Cool. So you can see this is a mirrored set, so they do half of the art and then they mirror it both ways. Probably doing the same thing with those big columns back there. Last area. There we go. Did I get the... Yeah, I did. Okay. Now I go back to the navigation room, and it'll tell us to go to another area. How do we get into this room over here? Green. Haven't unlocked green yet. Okay. Might as well get some free stuff. And then save, and then navigate. Yeah, so they save on tiles here by completely mirroring this. I know I've definitely made a few rooms that resemble that kind of room there. Okay. You need this here, the whole light scanning elevator. This is like such a Metroid thing. It's not Metroid without that. They do so much to hold your hand here, like this flashing light on the side, just to make sure you know this is where you gotta go next. So what area is this? This is Tro. So now we're going into a green area. Ooh, the X parasite. SAX. All right. Yeah, come on. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So moving on. Need to recover again. So this is okay. This area here. Is there anything in here? Probably something you can't get yet. Yeah, you need the wall speed for that. And this one. So you need the bomb before you can do that. I think we gotta come back here after we get the bomb. Yeah. So we need the blue, power, and then the bomb. Shoot this, or do you have to bomb it? No, you have to bomb it. Everything's bomb-based here. Okay. So we have this green environment. It's pretty standard, but then you have these kind of cool tiles. It looks like they probably have the tiles as a separate layer. They might have baked it into the base pixel set. It's kind of cool that they got away with areas this densely filled with that front layer of kind of overlaid vines and stuff. I mean, none of it's animated, and that's probably what we would do differently now if we were to build a game like this, is we would animate all of it. Okay, so now I have the ability to open blue doors. Secret over here. What is this? Down here maybe? Down here? Gotta be a secret in this room. Nothing yet. Alright. It's never just an empty room in Metroid. There has to be something there. We just didn't find it. Now those little clips coming in and stuff's pretty cool. They open up again. So now we got the bomb. So it's kind of interesting. So immediately when you come out, they do a screen shake to symbolize something. So they've destroyed this exit, which is the big secret of this area. So there's a couple things. There's this path here. I think that's where we have to go. But there's a secret over here first, I believe. Okay. Missile expansion. Okay. Nice. Okay, down here. Over here. through here. There's the safe side. No recharge room, though. I could use one of those. Just because of my own recklessness. I can't remember if there's a point in coming over here. Feels like there should be. But it does not appear to work that way yet. Okay, gotta wait for that to move if I don't want to die. Which path is better? Yeah, so pretty good job with all of these kind of organic environments. None of them are secretly right under me. Health, health. Alright. What do we got? So we're back in this kind of same mechanized environment that they kind of use as the standardized base location. It's kind of interesting how they... Oh no. This is not my day. Not my Metroid day. These enemies are pretty neat. They get a lot more lively in this compared to what they were like in Super Metroid and the original and Metroid 2. They have a lot more frames of animation and a lot more... With this, it looks like they might have done it. So they either did it one of two ways. They either just like literally sliding parts, or there are multiple frames of animation there. Either could be done. If they were trying to save sprite resources, they could rig it to kind of slink around manually, although that takes kind of more work. You have to kind of set them up on their own so that they're doing that, and then you have to spawn them in the scene like that, which can be frustrating. But it was necessary for games like this back in the day. That's a big one. Little jet feet. Spike legs and jet feet. So they have like this kind of cool green color palette with mix of, oh my gosh. Anyways, I think I'm done for tonight. This is Metroid Fusion. Hopefully you liked some of my insights. Sorry I didn't get further in the game. If you want me to try playing it again, let me know. Maybe I'll practice on the Game Boy Advance a little bit before so that I'm much more ready. But anyways, I hope you liked the video. If you do, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.